Hello! I am sorry that the camera angle is a little awkward, trying to work with it, and I'm sorry if you can hear the one fan in the background. I turned the other two off to hopefully not have it being super loud and everything. I'm also really sorry. I've been missing for a few weeks on YouTube. I don't know why I'm playing with a hairbrush. Um, there's just been some stuff going on in my life. You know how that be. That just real life has taken over. I have not had the baby yet. I am 37 weeks pregnant tomorrow. So, and this time I'm going to try to like stay consistent and film videos anyway, even after I have the baby. I mean, depending when she comes, there will probably be a couple days without videos just because obviously if I'm in the hospital, I can't exactly be making YouTube videos now, can I? But anyway, so it should just be a couple days, week at max off of, and I might just do a week anyway, just so I can kind of get what her routine is, you know, because you know how it is, newborns all have their own routines, so I might just take like just the 1 week about off, just to get a feel for how things are gonna go with her. But anyway, we're not here to talk about babies. We are here to talk about my full impression of The Last of Us, as my dog snores in the background. She's behind me so you can't see her, but if you can somehow hear her snoring, I am sorry. She snores very loud. But anyway, I will link here the first impression I have of The Last of Us if you want to hear kind of the basic story and my first general thoughts and opinions. So honestly, with this game, when it first came out, it seemed kind of interesting, but then a lot of people really hyped it up. And this game, I mean, this game was talked about huge. It was such a big deal. Sorry, I keep getting hair in my mouth. But like everybody was talking about it and talking about, oh, it's so good. This is the best game ever. It's so crazy. Like, oh my God, you have to experience this game. And I'm not being all hipster, like, oh, it's too mainstream for me. But it honestly, it was something that just got overhyped for me. Because, like, I didn't hear anything bad about it. Everybody was, you know, praising the crap out of it. And I did not have a PS3 for me to have even been able to get the game and just start playing it myself to get my own opinion. And honestly, so the problem with everybody hyping it up so much was I was just concerned that, like, okay, everybody's hyping this game up. My expectations for this game would now be set extremely high. Put that fan off. That's why it was so loud. Excuse me. I am so sorry. So hopefully, I'm sure you could hear me. But anyway, let me continue talking. Oh yeah, so my expectations were going to be way too high for this game because it's like everybody is praising the crap out of this game. It's like this game's got to be the gold standard, the video game to end all video games. You might as well not make any more games after it because this game has happened and you can't possibly do anything better. Like, that's kind of how it was. So for a really long time, I honestly did not even have interest in playing this game. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I just didn't have interest because it was so overhyped to me. I was like, I don't even really want to play it. I just feel like it's extremely overhyped. But I ended up getting my hands obviously on the copy anyway because it'll now at this point be, you know, once it hits November, 2 years ago, Black Friday, I got my PS4 on sale and it came with 3 games: Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, and The Last of Us. So I was like, okay, well, I have The Last of Us. I'll play it now. My husband, he was saying, he's like, no, yeah, it's a good game. You should check it out. I really enjoy it. It's a good game. And, you know, at that point, The Last of Us 2 was coming out, and he was really excited for it, and he had very much enjoyed The Last of Us, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And as you can tell from my first impression, I did really start enjoying it, and I honestly do understand why people hyped it up so much. Like, the story, it really is a really good and honestly, I feel kind of unique story in, you know, taking on the whole idea of zombies, which you could argue is overdone, and in some ways you're right, but I feel like this one did take an interesting enough point to it, you know? And so there will be spoilers, also, just as a fair warning. But, you know, the end of the game, it's, in the end of the game, whether you agree with Joel's choice or not, like, it has such a huge impact. And in some ways, even, like, it's a game that it really does raise this question, because, like, it's obvious, you know, at the end, Ellie was talking how she had said if she could have made the choice, like, you know, if she had been conscious in that moment, it was like, hey, you're probably gonna die, but you're probably also gonna be able to save humanity, Ellie would have chosen, okay, that's fine. I consent completely, like, I am willing to make this sacrifice of my life in order to save humanity. So, one, you know, not only the fact that Joel had taken away that choice, or not Joel, well, yeah, I guess he kind of took away that choice, but, you know, he hid even the fact from her that that was ever a choice, and he, in a way, is kind of the one who decided, even though she had honestly kind of already decided because she wanted to go to the Fireflies and help in the first place. So, you know, it's interesting because, oh, technically you consider Joel to be the bad guy, Joel's being selfish, but you also have to look at it from that human standpoint for Joel of, like, he already lost his own daughter Sarah in the beginning, and then he was being so standoffish, and then he finally gets connected to this girl, and he's like, no, I just can't watch someone else die. It's that whole debate of, you know how they have that train debate where it's like, a train is coming, and, you know, there's, like, 5 people you really know and love and care about on this side of the train track, and then on this side of the train track, it's 100 people you don't know at all. And it's like, so, and one of them has to get hit. So who do you save? The 5 people you know and love and care about most, or the 100 people you don't know at all? And it's that whole, you know, there's different variations of it, but you know what I mean. It's that whole, like, you know, what would you do in that situation? Like, the story, it just, it really is. And Joel, oh my goodness, he may be old, but if he ain't moving in that game, like, Mans is, he don't seem like he's old at all. He's running and doing all this stuff. Joel, he's number one. He's number one, like, number one zombie hunter. I'm gonna say it, because nothing stops him. But, like, the story, honestly, obviously, really is the biggest draw to it. I think it is such a unique and interesting story, and I'm glad that they don't really take any shy, easy route out. They commit to the story and they go hard with it. And then, of course, honestly, the game, you know, it looks beautiful. Like, the moments where it is peaceful and you're just wandering around and Joel and Ellie are just talking, it's like, it's so peaceful and nice and contrasting to those high intense moments where you're trying to sneak around these frickin' zombies and everything. You know, and the combat, honestly, I love the combat. I think it works really smooth and everything. Like, the whole gameplay is smooth, and I like the fact that when you're in the backpack and you're trying to grab things, you do actually have to be careful, because things can come up and, you know, attack you. That's why you have the control to, when you're in your backpack doing stuff, you can kind of look over your shoulder to see if something's coming up. So I like how it never, in a lot of ways, it never really fully takes you out. There's always this little sense of danger, and even in those moments where they're just chatting and, you know, having fun, you're sitting there and you're enjoying it, but in the back of your mind you're like, well, this is gonna end. So you're trying to enjoy it to the fullest, but you also, you know, have this dread for the characters to be like, I know this moment is only a moment, it's not gonna last. Like, when is it that they're gonna get attacked again? When is the next bad thing gonna happen? And it's just, you know, it's just, it makes for that intensity even in those calm moments, but it makes you so much enjoy those calm and peaceful moments. Like, honestly, this game, it's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I honestly think, like, okay, yeah, it's a short game, but I honestly think it's the perfect length. Like, if it had gone any longer, it would have drug out, and it probably wouldn't really have worked as well. Like, it's a shorter game, but it's completely worth it. And, like, I don't, your experience doesn't feel short with the game either. And like I said, if it would have been dragged out any longer, it would have dragged. It it would have made the story not work as well. But anyway, go ahead, leave down in the comments below. Let me know either your thoughts on The Last of Us or maybe your favorite zombie type horror game. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. You don't have to, but it helps to let me know what you all enjoy watching. If you want to keep up to date with the channel, I upload every Monday and Friday review videos, and then Sunday and Wednesday are gameplay, but you can always just hit that subscribe button to make it easier on yourself. My social links are all down below. Twitter to keep up to date what's going on. Instagram if you want to see my dog, who you can't see right now because she's behind me snoring. I also have my Twitch. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Saturday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Twitch is linked below if you just want to see the whole schedule. But that's going to be it, and I will see you all